Good evening, Everblades fans, and welcome back to Hertz Arena for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Florida Everblades looking to tie the series up after a 1-0 loss to the Trois-Rivières Lions last night in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Certainly not the result the Blades hoped for, or honestly, some could say deserved, based on their performance last night, outshooting Trois-Rivières 32-12, the lowest amount of shots against in a single game this season, but they come out on the wrong side of it thanks to Luke Cavalin's 32-save shutout for Trois-Rivières last evening. Coach Ralph talked with the media after yesterday's game for his thoughts on Game 1's action and what the team needs to do ahead of Game 2 tonight.
Able to outshoot them 32-12, but not able to find the back of the net. So what do you have to say about the execution tonight?
Yeah, I thought we played well. There's obviously some areas that we need to focus on in order for us to improve and get better. I take responsibility. There's when you have some time off scoring goals, there's some elements of how you generate goals that we didn't do well tonight, and I think our players worked really hard. We just there's some things we need to adjust, and to their credit, they blocked a lot of shots. They have a good goalie, and we need to be a little more effective in our approach.
What are some of the adjustments you want to see heading into tomorrow?
I guess you'll see tomorrow. No, I think there's a level of execution that needs to rise. I thought there was a number of players that they need to play better than they did tonight. So like I said, there is I think 4 or 5 things that need to improve. We'll make the adjustments, and obviously we need to get the win tomorrow.
So here for Game 2 tonight, the Florida Everblades are looking to do a lot of the good things from yesterday's matchup and just simply bring them forward into Game 2 tonight. Those things: good forecheck, strong hold at the blue lines on both sides, preventing the rush offense for Trois-Rivières while also keeping pucks onside in the attacking zone on their end. And then finally adding to that with things like net front presence and getting in on a strong forecheck, in particular on Cavalin, but we'll have more on that later. To help out with all that kind of stuff, Carson Gisevich returns to the Everblades lineup tonight, so getting the Blades' top regular season point scorer, a guy who so far has 4 points in 6 games in the postseason, a pair of power play goals to lead the team. Certainly going to be a big boost to the Blades lineup tonight, and a lot of people very excited to have him back this evening. Also coming in, Santino Senarami, who was a healthy scratch in yesterday's game. He draws back into the lineup on the defensive side tonight, a little bit more of an offensive blue liner to maybe help get some pucks through to the net with hopefully some traffic out front. Our 3 keys to the game are brought to you by Direct Effects. First off, we talked about it, net front presence, important for screens, rebounds. That's how Trois-Rivières got their lone goal yesterday, was with a screen out front where Johnson couldn't see the puck as it went blocker side. Florida looking to repeat that on the other side of the ice. Also, getting in on Cavalin when he's outside of his crease gives the Everblades opportunities. Last night when he was handling the puck outside of his crease, it was honestly a little bit of an adventure at times. There were times I'm sure Ron Schulz over on the Trois-Rivières bench was having maybe some heart palpitations over how his goaltender was handling some of that stuff. And then finally, blue line control at both ends of the ice, stopping the rush attacks and holding pucks in. Florida was strong on that yesterday. Need to be strong on it again tonight. Warm-ups and puck drop coming up next. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Lions and the Everblades here at Hertz Arena.